Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Mark with another video, and today we're going to be talking about why you may want to upgrade your phone camera. I also want to go over benefits to having a really good phone camera as well. But I want to go ahead and talk about what I'm currently using for my tripod setup. I'm currently using my Panasonic G7 and I'm using an iPhone 6s Plus for my phone camera when I'm on the go. There are many reasons why you may want to upgrade your phone camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a few things that I have experienced, but I'm only gonna talk about 3 or 4 reasons why. The first one is battery and storage. This topic may not actually be focused on Android users, mainly because some Android devices may already have this perk. So for this particular topic, this is gonna be comparing my iPhone 6s Plus to my Panasonic G7. With my Panasonic G7, if my battery dies, I can actually swap out batteries quick and easy with very little interruption to my recording or taking pictures. So I already have 3 batteries for my Panasonic G7. That should last me quite some time. I'm not sure if I was to vlog how long 3 batteries would actually last, but as far as what I normally do, these 3 batteries, I have not had to go through all 3 of them yet. So swapping out batteries for my Panasonic G7 has been very beneficial for me. Now, as far as my iPhone is concerned, there's no quick and easy way to swap out the battery on the iPhone, but you can do a couple of other things. For example, you can have it plugged in while you're recording and while you're taking pictures, as long as you're close to a power outlet. You can also buy a case that has a battery built in, so that way you can charge it while you're using it, and that's a very efficient way of doing it. Or you could just charge it and let it wait till it's 100% and then start recording again. Those are the options that you basically have with your iPhone compared to the Panasonic G7. Now the storage aspect is basically the same. With the Panasonic G7, I can swap memory cards or SD cards in and out of this camera with very little interruption. And at the same time, I can take that SD card, plug it into my computer, and save those files on that hard drive, so that way the SD card is free again. With my iPhone, there's only a few options that you have. The first thing is you have to delete data from your phone. No way around it. But the question is, how do you save your files before you delete them? Now, I know of 2 particular ways. One, plug your iPhone into your computer and transfer your files over to your hard drive. That is going to take some time, so it's not going to be very convenient. Another way is using an iEasy drive, which I'm not reviewing this, so I'm not trying to say that this is the perfect item to use, but what I do want to say about it is that it is pretty convenient. You don't have to worry about plugging your phone into your computer, but you can plug this into your phone through the lightning port, transfer the files to this, then take this device, use the USB side of it, plug it into your computer, and save your files onto your computer that way. So it still is going to take much longer than swapping out SD cards in your camera, but it's still fairly convenient. So in that particular category, my Panasonic G7 is going to win hands down in the battery and storage aspect of it. The next topic I want to go over is video and sound quality. Now, for video quality, this Panasonic G7, you've actually been watching this whole video in 4K on my Panasonic G7. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on my iPhone 6s Plus, so that way you can actually see the difference. But I do want you to realize that right now you're watching me in 4K on my iPhone 6s Plus, and the quality's not bad. It actually looks pretty decent if you were to ask me. So with that in mind, if you want to set up your phone on a tripod and record videos, you shouldn't have a problem doing so. But if I were to compare the 2 devices side by side, you will see that the Panasonic G7 is going to win hands down. The quality is just better, and there is decent lighting in here. I have the overhead light on, and I have my portrait light on as well. I don't know what to call that light, but it's on as well. But keep this in mind. If you have the right lighting, that iPhone is going to look very similar to this Panasonic G7. I have footage coming up right now of me zooming in and out of a tree, and they look very similar. So with that in mind, as long as you have good lighting, you should be okay with your phone. Now the next thing I want to talk about is audio. Right now you're hearing me talk to you guys through my Panasonic G7 using an external microphone. This microphone, hopefully that's not too loud, I can plug this microphone into the microphone jack on my camera, and I don't have to worry about projecting very loud in order for this to sound decent. But for my iPhone, I need to project in order for you guys to hear me well. So that is another perk of having this Panasonic G7 compared to my phone camera, which is an iPhone 6s Plus. Also, I forgot to mention, when it comes to video quality, this is just a small taste of the differences of the video quality. You can swap lenses on your Panasonic G7, and at that point, it could possibly take the video quality to a whole nother level. But I don't have another lens, so I really can't review that aspect of it. I just wanted to mention that. Now, the third topic that I wanted to talk about is a touchscreen versus a camera with actual buttons that you can use to navigate. On the iPhone, I honestly have nothing against touchscreen phones. I love touchscreens, it's great technology, and honestly, there's not many complaints that I have for it. But there are moments where I'm trying to touch something on the screen and I just keep touching the wrong thing. For people that have that issue, having an actual camera with some buttons on it can very well benefit you greatly, because it's a lot more convenient, it's a lot more consistent, and it could very well make your photography journey that much more enjoyable. I just want to show some footage of me actually utilizing the buttons on this camera. And as you can see, the screen is a decent size and it is touch screen, so you can actually choose which one you want to use. Now those are the three main topics that I wanted to talk about when it comes to upgrading from your phone camera, but there are a couple other things that I do want to mention. One in particular is that if you get a phone call on your iPhone while your recording ends. If you're taking pictures and you get a phone call, you have to answer the phone, put them on speaker, switch to your camera, and at that point all you have is the option to take pictures. You can't do recording, of course, can't do video. So that could be an inconvenient aspect to having just your phone camera, because there's nothing like getting the perfect video and then someone calling you and messing that up. Of course, you can deny the call. You could put your phone on airplane mode so that way you don't get calls, but then you don't have a phone in case someone needs to get in contact with you. So in that situation, you really have to pick your own poison. Another thing is the flip out screen that I have on my Panasonic G7. That is very beneficial, especially when you're trying to make sure that you're still inside the frame correctly. You want to make sure that you don't have the camera positioned incorrectly. When it comes to the Panasonic G7, I can see myself in the screen. I see what's in the frame and I'm happy with what I see. With my iPhone, I don't even know if it's still recording. I'm hoping it is. I pressed a button about 5 minutes ago, so I'm hoping that it's still recording, but because I can't see what's on the screen, I don't know what is going on with the iPhone right now. I just wanted to share those two topics as well, because honestly, I've experienced those and this is my take on that experience. Now, there are reasons that you do want to have a decent phone camera. Number one, the slim form factor. With my iPhone, I can literally put the phone in my pocket and I'm ready to go. I have a camera that can shoot in 1080p at 60 frames per second, and it can actually shoot 4K video. So I have a very dynamic and versatile camera in my pocket at all times, which leads me to the second reason. You always have your iPhone or your phone with you. So it's going to be a very important camera to have because it's always with you. Which also leads me into the third reason. You can post your videos and your pictures on social media. You can almost instantly post pictures onto Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook from your phone. With my camera, I honestly think I can only transfer files to my phone and to my computer. I don't think I have the social media feature on this camera. So with that in mind, it is always beneficial to have a good phone camera as well. So if you're thinking about upgrading your phone camera to another phone camera, that could be very beneficial depending on what type of phone you currently have. With my iPhone 6s Plus, that camera is very good and I honestly don't have too many complaints about it. But if you have an older phone, it may not have a really good camera and it may be worth investing in upgrading that phone camera. Now, if you're planning on upgrading your phone camera to a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera such as the Panasonic G7, I do want to say this. I'm not telling you that you should go out and buy a camera today. I'm not telling you that you should throw away your phone and go buy a Panasonic G7. What I want to do today is just open your mind to the reasons why it would be beneficial to upgrade from your camera phone to an actual DSLR camera or something of that nature. I think that's all that I have for you today. So if I helped you or if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. That'll be very appreciated. If you could comment below just to let me know what you thought about the video, or if you want to add to what I've already put in this video, that would be great. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys have a great one.